So, welcome again to another series of Talking with the Rares. I don't know. But anyways, I have with me partner in crime for the music, Isaac Gullickson. So yeah, tell us about yourself, Isaac. How do you know me? Maybe some music history, and then we'll jump into some questions.
Cool. Happy to be here first off. Zach and I met way back in a Rochester Civic musical. It was a winter musical. I forget which one, but I remember seeing Zach walking to one of our rehearsals and just being fascinated with him immediately. Who is this man? And then really hit off when we jammed over the intermission playing, what was it, Watermelon Man?
Oh yeah.
And it's been awesome music ever since through various bands like the Rares or 61 Rumors, other cover bands. As far as my own music history, sort of your standard cutting their teeth on classic rock covers and playing small town bars for up to 5 people in the audience on a good night. Sometimes.
Gotta love Iowa.
Yeah. At least you get the free cornbread.
Oh, true.
More recently, the Rares project and recording has been a really fun outlet.
Awesome. Yeah, it was Miracle on 34th Street. I think that was
Okay.
And
Nice.
yeah, Watermelon Man, for those who don't know, a classic jazz number to kind of bounce back and forth on solos. Yeah, geez, that was a blast of the past. I wasn't even thinking that far back. But
all the way back. Well, I suppose I could go back even farther.
oh,
but
no,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the history that's relevant.
The mystery history, which other people, if they're interested, just message us. We'll talk to you, honestly. Anyways, we'll jump into the Rares project process. So, I guess first question is, what was your favorite part of the Rares process?
Overall, in the beginning, it was really fun to talk about the vision, set it, and then turn that into demos. I always really enjoy the process of communicating an idea for a recording process and then turning that into music and see it be like implemented, manifested, realized. However, my favorite part is playing the music and recording it itself because of the chemistry with all the other musicians, feeling that lock-in you get no matter how long you've all been playing together, and I got to enjoy the talent of the other musicians. Like 1 second we're all playing the instrumental parts, and then at the next they're belting out lyrics like one of the Fab Four. And it's just
Yeah. I was just gonna say, because it was me on drums, you on guitar, Christian on bass, and when we're first starting, we didn't practice. We made those demos for all of us to listen to, because we had you could listen to the originals, or we often combine 2 different covers of this cover, but still trying to keep in mind the respect to the original song. Say it was Little Richard and we're doing a combination of the Beatles and the Hollies or the Searchers, you name it. That was the thing I was trying to do, but of course we have our modern influences. Like we said, we're both classic rock musicians, and so we're trying to not do that still. So when we know these songs in the cover version, they're like the 1.5, 2 minute song that we're so used to hearing, because we all like the Beatles, thankfully. There's some musicians that are like, I don't really know the Beatles, but I'll play. I don't know. But so you get used to that song, and I noticed that especially at first, when I noticed we really didn't practice the demos. So the purpose of the demos, we made them like half a minute to a minute longer, and so there's an added verse or two or an extra solo. So that was the purpose of the demo. So when we came together, we were uncomfortable with each other, and so we defaulted to like the original song. We're like, no guys, we gotta count the verse. And I don't know about you, but I think we all thought how to go about the song with the lyrics, right? I think that's me and you are more lyric led,
sure.
versus like here's the verse and that's 8 measures or whatever, 16 measures, and you're trying to hear the song and there's only 3 of us. So you're playing, and then you get to like your solo and like, oh shoot, I forgot the chord change there. So
and for some of the songs to help that, didn't you mouth or quietly sing the lyrics for us so we would know where we were?
Yeah, the intro, and then
okay, yeah.
And then we developed a system. Now it's coming back to me. We developed a system where it was mostly me, where I would be like very obvious solo or like, and here's the stop. And I mean, we're all good musicians, and we all kind of we're pretty good at the hits, pop. But sometimes I had to, especially if it was a slow down or like a quarter note triplet, I had to be a little bit more obvious. It's kind of weird, but we got used to it.
You were the conductor too.
Yeah.
You're playing with all 4 limbs and then conducting with your head.
Yeah. So I'm glad you all could adapt. Couldn't do it without you two. Honestly. So I guess another kind of leading into it. So which song off the EP did you enjoy recording the most? An individual song.
I really liked Good Loving, since it was the first song we did, and I didn't know what to expect or how well we would play together, what it would sound like, all these questions, and that set the tone. It set the expectations like explosively. It was really awesome to hear it like instantly come together, or not instantly, very quickly.
Yeah.
I also really liked Ain't That Just Like Me, because like of the playful lyrics in the solo, and a lot of these songs I've heard hundreds of times, or I've played them in the past, but that one, among others, was new to me and was really fun to learn and record for the first time.
Yeah, with Good Lovin', we have the demo, which is me on drums, and then you on guitar, you on lead guitar. Actually, I guess I did bass. I thought you did bass on a couple. Maybe I did them all, but it was just the gist. And then vocals, I did some. It's like they were in tune, but they weren't like the style I wanted. I was like, I'll just get them in tune. And back to vocals, I'm like doing falsetto. Darian hops in and just kills it. But along with that, so you talked about like the beginning and then the instant bam, this is the sound. Okay, this is what we're working with. What was the so was the final product what you imagined it would sound like? What I was describing, or what you're kind of picturing, or was it completely different?
Overall, yes, I would say it was better than I could have imagined it to sound like. For example, I wasn't there for a lot of the vocal recording, so I was really impressed to hear the vocalists and how they nailed the feel of the songs, the style, and the screams. My favorite part. Also, the techniques for recording and production that Marcus and Tiki did really paid off well, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it was like I imagined, like it really captured the live sound, so to me it sounds like you're right there in the room with us as we're playing and recording it, minus all the takes for where I messed up, or plus the studio magic. So
and then
what
was it? There was one part where it was you're the person starting the song. I think it was Good Lovin'. You
Tough
practice
responsibility.
this part like a million times, and then just like some reason I can't. What the heck? I can't stand this song.
I totally remember that happening. It's like, I feel like it's similar to when you read a word over and over, and then all of a sudden it loses all meaning. It's like you play a part over and over, and then all of a sudden you like, what is the part now?
Oh yeah, how about with that? How about the studio we're recording in? When I told you about this project, I was like, hey, I got this, and I'll try and do that. What were you picturing as a studio, and then what we ended up as?
I guess I don't think I had any particular setting in mind. The studios I've been at have varied. I was really happy with what it was. I thought it was cozy. It was reminiscent of other practice spaces that we've spent a lot of time in. You know, in the basement. It's like where the music happens. Yeah, I don't know. It fit our vibe well, I think.
Yeah, it was 'cause, you know, obviously the sound doesn't require $1,000,000, $10,000 mics and everything. Because we've both recorded in studios with state-of-the-art sound system with $1,000,000 soundboard, and then we've also recorded in a basement on a couch with pillows and blankets. So I'd say this is in between.
Where the couch has actually been featured as an instrument as
Yes.
well, in
Amazing.
addition to.
That's soundproofing. So yeah, so the miking and the that aspect wasn't as important. It was really the quality of the recording engineers. So we had I would say we got some state of the art sound engineers and producer making our purposefully mediocre mic system and making the sound that we got. So leading into that, maybe some more fun questions. What was your favorite solo between Good Lovin', Ain't That Just Like Me, and Ooh My Soul?
I really liked Ain't That Just Like Me again. It in the solo it had some fast parts that took a lot of practice and technique. Probably one of the ones I practiced the most.
Oh, wow.
If it sounds that way. And I also liked solos like the one on Oh My Soul. They're not particularly technically hard, but the ideas are really cool, and there's beauty and simplicity, and I like how the rhythms and the notes are sometimes like at odds with the rest of the song. It's like a intentional rubbing of the rhythm or an intentional wrong note. I remember, I don't know if it was Oh My Soul or another one that had a similar solo. There's an intentional wrong note, and when we're recording, I think Marcus was having me do extra takes, and he was like, "Are you intentionally playing that note?" And I was like, "Yeah." So it's just